You have an idea, do something about it.
Yep.
Figure out a way to start. We also did that. We hadn't figured out the journey when we started.
Yep.
You start, you learn along the way, you iterate, you measure what you're doing, and then now you change where you need to change. If we can repeat the cycle, more and more businesses actually, thrive. More business started, more business thrive. Yeah, we end up becoming better, and eventually it becomes a trend.
Can you introduce yourself and let us know what you do here?
Right. So my name is Aaron Derito. I am the founder at Notify Logistics. Yes.
Tell us about Notify Logistics. What informed the choice of the name Notify Logistics, and why Notify Logistics?
So why Notify Logistics? Because we saw a gap basically. The current market here, retail space in Kenya does not accommodate for especially the upcoming online businesses, which are actually quite a number when you think about it.
Yes.
So from our own challenges, we found that this is a segment and it's completely ignored by the current market offering. So we decided to start a business that takes care of an online business, and for us it's to give them affordable space in strategic locations within town, and then now combine all these online businesses and give the walk-in customer an excellent shopping experience.
Okay.
Yes. The name was simple. We struggled with the name because we think of a nice name to call it. Then the idea was get a name that can actually communicate to people what we do, and that process of communicating is ideally it's to notify people. So we started on Notify.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was this brilliant idea or this brilliant business launched?
We started a business in 2018.
Okay.
Towards the end of 2017 actually. 2018 is when we started Notify commercially.
Okay.
As a business, we've been running since then. I think now this is our third year in business. Yeah.
So how has the reception been so far since the launch?
Well, so far so good. We started with a very small shop in here in town, and so far we've been able to serve over 2,000 small businesses. And at least we're grateful for the opportunity to continue serving even more. We're expanding even our clients. Now we have shops in Nakuru, Mombasa, and Eldoret as well. So it's so far so good. We're solving a need, and our clients are actually appreciating what we're doing.
Notify Logistics is in the digital space.
Yes.
And I'm made to wonder, is this something, is it in line with what you studied, or it just came to you as a passion?
Well, Notify was born out of a need that we had. We had a business, we were looking for affordable space, we didn't find any.
Yeah.
It is not what I studied. Technology for me, I did economics and statistics at the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
I've been in business ever since. This is the second startup that I'm involved in now. So for me, business has been a passion. It's what I've been doing, ever since I was in the university.
Do you mind mentioning the other startup? You said this is your second.
Yes. The other startup is a technology company. Actually, it's a software company.
Yeah.
We offer communication software to SMEs in the country. Yes. So currently we've served about almost 80 clients so far. It is still up and running. So I think for me, business has always been interesting.
Here's an interesting one. Global statistics indicate that most startups close out in their first or fifth year. And in Africa, it's even worse because, as the statistics indicate, they close in the second year. What do you think will be causing that?
Well, I think the underlying premise in any startup is that you actually it's a risk that you're taking.
Yep.
So anytime you set out to start a business, you're undertaking a risk, and so because of that, it is true that most businesses actually fail, and I think that's a global phenomenon. It's not entirely an African problem. I think there are a couple of factors that actually make a business not to succeed. And if I can mention some of them is just the wrong timing. You start a business before the environment actually catches up with you. If I can give you a good example for in Africa, there's a point when technology is really catching up. So if you were to start a business, say an e-commerce platform, 10-15 years ago, probably the challenge would be either the environment, the technology, back then could not support such a business. So we're talking about funding being an issue even in Africa, especially in Africa. So it becomes a challenge to grow your business. Things like labor, manpower. You start a business, you want the best people working for you, and that's how you increase your chances of success. But especially in Africa, all the right people actually working for established institutions, finding someone to risk and in your startup to take employment in a startup is also hard. And so I think it comes down to all these factors. Some of them, as Africans, we are a bit late to implement them. We've not solved most of them. Capital is an issue, labor is an issue. Our business models also, leave a lot to be desired. So I think it's slow but sure. We are trying, and the new class of startups, African-owned startups, are actually trying. We are trying to encourage more people to try. Because out of every 10 business, the 2 that succeed actually end up creating employment.
Yes.
If we can repeat the cycle, more and more businesses actually, thrive. More business started, more business thrive. Yeah, we end up becoming better, and eventually it becomes a trend. Yes.
Right. So 2020 has been that year that most people have referred to as crazy because of the loss that came with it.
Yes.
What would you say about 2020 as Notify Logistics? How has that year been for you, like the COVID period?
2020 was a brutal year for I think almost all businesses, us included as well.
Yes.
The first half, especially, we're trying to deal with the whole issue of COVID. It was something strange. We've never seen it before.
Yeah.
And we saw there was a lot of panic in the market. A lot of businesses were actually closed. But in the second half, at least now people came back to work. We had a new class of entrepreneurs, people who had lost jobs, and now because of the fact that they've lost jobs, they were now looking for something new to do. Something they started something, and for most of people started small online businesses. And so we are here for them. We've worked with them, we've grown with them, and so towards the second half of the year, we saw an upsurge in the number of small businesses that are inquiring about our services. And so we are trying to now grow with them, pole.
Brilliant. Yeah. What is that thing about this business that has really inspired you to dream more and be more?
The social aspect to it. We started with a business. We started because we saw a need. We wanted affordable retail space.
Yes.
But over the last 3 years, what we've seen is the impact of our business in the lives of our vendors. We have seen businesses that they started up very small. Someone who was starting a concept, starting an idea, and they came and approached us and said, I'm not sure exactly how to do it, but I want to grow with you. And over time, we've seen that business grow to a point where now they have clientele all over Kenya, to a place where now they can afford their own shop. So for the journey to work with small businesses to see them grow, that is something we are proud of, and it's something that inspires us every day to wake up. It is the journey of growth, and we like to say that Notify is the place where online businesses come to grow.
Yes.
Yeah,
and every beautiful thing has challenges.
Yeah.
So what are those challenges you faced and you've been able to conquer?
Challenges. Yeah. So Notify, first and foremost, as a startup, is the normal challenges.
Yes.
Capital, labor. You're testing a new idea that has never been tested before. So these were the normal challenges that any startup would face, and we were no exception. We had to learn on the job.
Yeah.
We had no one to look up to. We had, we were starting something that had never been done before. And trying to explain your value proposition to your clientele, the issue of capital. A business is cost intensive. You have to set up a shop fully before the first business before you actually get the first revenue from the shop. So issues of capital, legislation, of course. This is a new business. The model is different. Trying to work with the local authorities, to pay. So to get the right licensing regime to get the right licenses in your shop. All these have been a challenge. Of course, labor, getting the right people to come and work for you. But through it all, yeah, it's been a nice learning curve. We are learning. We are still learning even now.
Yeah.
And even just understanding your customer and what they want, so that we're able to offer our services are relevant to our online community.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a brilliant thing that you're holding the hands of those young businesses that are coming up. And I know there are people out there who have ideas of businesses, but they are stuck because of maybe space. You know, what will be your word of advice to them, like as a parting share?
That is, don't give up. Again, nothing was ever created by people who had an idea. It is the people who start to actually end up doing something. So the most important thing is you have to do something.
Yes.
You have an idea, do something about it.
Yep.
Figure out a way to start. We also did that. We hadn't figured out the journey when we started.
Yep.
You start, you learn along the way, you iterate, you measure what you're doing, and then now you change where you need to change. You pivot where you need to pivot. All said and done, be aggressive and never give up.
My name is Lydia Njeri, and I am in charge of marketing here at Notify Logistics.
Yeah.
So what Notify does, we are a friend of small businesses. As you can see, since you came, that we have very, very many different products from very many different vendors. You have a honey vendor there, you have coffee, you have medical equipment, there, thermometer. So we have very many things that vendors have been bringing to us.
Books.
Yes. Yeah. So we allow small businesses to be able to grow. This is where businesses come to grow. We've seen some of our vendors who joined us 1 year ago. They've been able to have more than one shelf.
Yes.
There's somebody who started with one shelf, now they have 6, and across our towns. So we're in Nairobi, Mombasa, Eldoret, and Nakuru. So you find a vendor is here, they are at our Ibrahim's shop, they are at Star Mall, but they have seen so much growth in what we are doing at Notify. We've also come up with a way for people to be able to experience, to have a different shopping experience. So you can see we are able to hang clothes. If you walk to the other side, you're going to see that people are able to hang clothes. People can come and actually change, have a changing room. And then we'll walk to that side because I want to show you also another bit of it.
Yes.
So you can see we are slowly waiting for Valentine's. People have started bringing things like teddy bears. So we'll have a very good Valentine's offer for everybody. Vitenge, our shoes vendors are on this side. So we want to have an organized shopping experience. When you walk in, you want a dress. We tell you this dress matches with that those earrings and the So you find everything you want under one roof for your child, for your mother, for your father. We have everything here. So we welcome all small business owners, people who feel that they want to grow their businesses. This is the right place to be, because we only charge 3,000 shillings per month. And when you're coming in, we charge a one-time fee of 3,000.
Wow.
So when you're coming in, you pay 6,000, but after that, all you have to pay is 3,000. But for the kind of value we offer for that 3,000, it's incomparable, because we're giving you a very prime space in CBD. We give you a shop attendant. This shop attendant is going to be able to handle all your stock. They're going to be able to sell for you. We don't take any commissions on your sale. If you tell us this bag is 2,000 shillings, it's going to be exactly 2,000, and we do not ask you for anything, and we send you the money at the end of the day. So the one thing I want to be able to explain to you about our vendors is this is the place you grow, because I have seen since we opened in November this shop, some vendors have actually come, sold so much, and taken up more shelves here.
Wow.
Because they've seen the kind of growth they're having when people are just walking in, because we assist them also in selling their products. We have so many activities that allow people to come into the shop. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so karibu Notify. Feel free to shop. Changing room iko na hapo.
Yes.
Yes. Haya, karibu.